Hello everyone, Ace here, and today we are back with my Let's Play of the Russian campaign from Empire Earth. So, the last episode we ended up covering Novaya Russia, so the second mission, which means that we're going to do Changing of the Guard, which is the third level of the game. Let's jump right in, shall we?
Years have passed and Krigor is grown old. He is in command of a strong, unified Russia. He has conquered most of Europe, the Middle East, and Northern Africa. His empire ranks as one of the largest the world has ever known. But despite his accomplishments, his life's work remains unfinished. He wants more, but knows he won't have time to obtain it. Krigor had hoped to pass his legacy on to an heir, but despite utilizing the most advanced medical techniques available, that goal has eluded him. Now, with time growing short and his mistrust of others growing stronger, he has made a decision that he knows some will view with skepticism. But it may also serve to root out the very people he mistrusts. Just before his foray into Eastern and Central Europe, Krigor was presented with a mechanical bodyguard. Since then, the field of artificial intelligence matured to a point where sentience became possible. Dr. Septimus, the machine's creator, updated it with the latest AI technology, bestowing upon it true consciousness. He additionally set up facilities to produce other types, but Krigor's bodyguard was his greatest single achievement. The aging leader of Novaya Russia eventually came to regard it as his successor, naming him Krigor II. After spending many months preparing him, Krigor was ready to announce his heir to his people.
Alright. So, yeah, there we are. Let's have a look at the history here. I'm not going to be reading it to you, of course, as usual. However, if you want to read it yourself, and I do recommend doing so, feel free to pause the video now and have a look. Some of the hints here. Don't let any of your troops get ahead of the group. In case you meet any trouble gathering your force. Yeah, good advice. Grigor's bodyguards. Okay, that's good news. Yep. This should actually be a fairly simple mission if I remember correctly.
People of Novaya Russia, I have summoned you here to bear witness to a momentous decision. I have served as your leader for many years, but as you know, I am old and childless. I have wrestled with the question of who should succeed me. Who should lead this great nation through the dangers and opportunities of the coming years? Novaya Russia deserves a leader with strength, intelligence, and a clear vision of the future. Someone incorruptible and logical, unfettered with needless sentiment. I have identified such an individual. He has served me loyally and with distinction. My personal bodyguard, who shall henceforth be known as Grigor II.
What? We will never follow a mere machine!
Silence! Have I ever led you astray? Is not Novaya Russia the greatest state in Europe, nay, in all the world, deserved of the best leader available? I have spent many months preparing my metallic protege for the tasks that still lie ahead. He has eagerly and dependably absorbed all the lessons of war and statecraft that I have taught. If you put the necessities of Novaya Russia ahead of your foolish prejudices, you will see that I have made the right decision.
Okay, then. Oh, I think there's going to be more, yeah.
Gentlemen, welcome. You have all heard the news. It is as we feared. Grigor has named that metallic monstrosity as his successor instead of one of us.
The people will never accept a machine.
Don't be so simple-minded. The people are like sheep. They may mule and bleat, but in the end, they care not who the shepherd is as long as they are well fed.
Then it is time to put the plan we agreed upon into action.
What forces in the city can we count on for support?
Much of the army will rally to our cause, although most of my Black Robe commanders will likely remain loyal to Grigor.
Very well. I will announce to the people that it is we, and not that senile old fool with his tin toy, who are now in charge.
Okay then.
Grigor! General Grigor, sir!
Yes, what is it, Lieutenant Molotov, yes?
Yes, sir! General Yukov and 3 other high-ranking officials from the military are attempting a coup. They have the support of much of the garrison here in Moscow and have taken control of the fortress in the center of the city.
Then they have played directly into our hands. By assisting you in putting down the revolt and then restoring order, the people will see that their destiny lies in capable hands.
It is just as I anticipated. You did well to recognize the opportunity, my large friend. I have indeed taught you well. But now I must travel the city and find out which garrisons are still loyal to their true leaders.
Okay. So I think we're finally starting the game, or this level proper here. Just, oop. Let's see, how many civ points do we have to play with? 10, huh? Nothing really useful right now for me to get. I'm gonna instead save them. Pretty sure that the barracks are where we need to go anyways.
Commander, it is I, Grigor Stoyanovich. I demand that your forces be placed under my command at once. Death to the betrayers of Grigor and Novaya Russia.
For the motherland.
There we go. So we get more troops that way. Oop. Don't know what's going on.
The pain. No. Not now.
Sir, what is it?
I am not so young anymore, Lieutenant. The pacemaker that has kept my heart going these many years finally seems to be giving out. I will have to get to the hospital complex in the south of the city if I want it replaced.
Alright, so he just suffered a heart attack. Which means that he's going to have reduced hit points, among other things. Yep. Okay, so the good news is I think we can get to a hospital in the south fairly easily. But while we're on the way, we might as well, let's see, where is it here? Looks like we do have to find it. That's good to know. Alright, so what I'll do is I'll just head that way after getting a few of these. The tanks might be useful, especially if we can get to them. I think the game actually is somewhat random on, like I said, which garrisons actually join you and which do not. But I do believe getting to all the garrisons does reward you with more civ points, which is what we are going to be doing. It could be semi-random.
Commander, it is I, Grigor Stoyanovich. I demand that your forces be placed under my command at once. General Yukov announced a holiday in honor of your succession announcement, and all of our workers went home. We have only just found out that he betrayed the motherland. We also managed to complete production on a handful of tanks with the little staff we have left.
Good to know. So we'll go ahead and head to this barracks. Guess I'll just head to the 3 barracks here once that's done. I think you technically... Ooh. Yep, we're under attack already. Kill the AT guns. There we go. All right.
I demand that all those who truly serve Novaya Russia come forth at once. Death to all those who would betray Grigor and Novaya Russia.
Cool, we got more guys. Oh. There we go. Now we'll head straight south again. Ooh, some tanks and infantry. But they're using leopards, so... Ooh, another tank. I think the hospital might be near the Colosseum, or I think it's near one of these wonders. That it could be this one right here. If that's the case, we're in good business.
Commander, it is I, Grigor Stoyanovich. I demand that your forces be placed under my command at once.
I'm sorry, sir. My men have regretfully abandoned their post to join the traitors.
For the motherland. I would not dare leave you without sufficient guard, sir.
I am still your bodyguard, my master. I will not leave you alone in such dangerous times.
For the motherland. Da. Comrade. Da. Comrade.
Oh, there he is.
Comrade. For the people.
It's got to be one of these hospitals, I think. Or like I said, it could be one down by that monument there. Let's find out soon enough.
For the motherland.
Commander, it is I, Grigor Stoyanovich.
Forgot to turn this up, sorry.
I demand that your forces be placed under my command at once.
I'm sorry, sir. My men have regretfully abandoned their post to join the traitors.
There it is. Alright.
Dr. Septimus, what brings you to Moscow?
My health. I came to Moscow Hospital for the same reason as you, most likely. Both of us have borne the years well, but our time is nearly at an end. No, science will find a way to save Grigor. And you too, Doctor. Ah, the optimism of youth. I have worked hard these last few years, but there is no way to make mortal men immortal. Our legacies must live on in others, such as you, my young friend, or my masterpiece here.
You are too kind, my maker.
I have just recently delivered to the hospital my latest mechanical heart augmentation. It will be much better for you than your current pacemaker, Grigor. Although it cannot save your life, it should make the time you have left much more comfortable.
Alright, well I do have some tea here, so...
Ah, with Septimus's new device, I feel better than I have in years.
Surely, sir, you should spend more time recovering.
I should, Lieutenant, but there is no time. We cannot give the traitors an opportunity to consolidate what little power they have gained. We can also not afford to have the people perceive me as weak. Let us give the traitors the death they deserve.
Okay then, that's good. And one of the things I am going to do is set the officer here to group 2 as well, as that way I can then do the whole battle cry, or do the whole morale debuff on them, or demoralize, sorry. Yeah, the battle cry. It's been a little while since I played the game, but still know how to play it, of course.
If any here are still truly loyal to the motherland, it is time to serve her in her moment of need.
My men and I will always be loyal, sir. Come what may.
Good news is, you have the very basics to get everything taken care of, but it's actually best to, like I said, get to as many of these as possible, because they do give you civ points that will be coming in handy for doing so. Alright, so we go to this barracks. What I could really use right now is some siege equipment. Which I think might be there, or that, I think that's Cyprus actually. Yeah. Oop.
Commander, I demand that your troops be turned over to me immediately.
My men and I still support Novaya Russia and its rightful rulers.
There we go. So we have 2 of these guys to do battle cries with. Good. Yep, these are Cyprus.
Commander, I demand that your troops be turned over to me immediately. General Yukov ordered our factory shut down before we knew he was a traitor. But we have enough staff left to equip a few units.
So a pair of Hyperions and Apollo from the looks of it. That'll be useful. Ah yes, we better get this one too while we're at it.
Commander, it is I, Grigor Stoyanovich. I demand that your forces be placed under my command at once.
I'm sorry, sir. My men have regretfully abandoned their post to join the traitors.
Here we go. Yep, these are the siege. These are the siege factories that we need to get to. And after that, we've got... Oop. Awesome, just what we need.
If any here are still truly loyal to the motherland, it is time to serve her in her moment of need. General Yukov had our supplies of ammunition rerouted, but we have enough left to equip a few units. We visited every garrison in the city. It is time to teach these traitors a lesson.
Well, you
I
didn't...
hope that these loyal followers are enough. Commander, it is I, Grigor Stoyanovich. I demand that your forces be placed under my command at once.
I'm sorry, sir.
Alright.
My men have regretfully abandoned their post to join the traitors.
Okay, so I will then order the artillery to start blasting away, slowly but steadily. This can be a bit tricky. Okay, so I'll need one of these guys to scout ahead. There we go. Can I give siege weapons any buffs, I wonder? Let's find out. I gave him a cost reduction, which was useful. I do have 20 points to play with, so... Well, I'm going to want range later on and maybe rate of fire, so I'll go ahead and take those. It's going to come in handy, I think, for the 5th mission in the game to take the increased range for these. Not too sure about any of the other missions where it really comes in handy. Oh, except actually it might come handy in the very last one as well, although I think I might be using bombers more for that, but... Another 2 more hits and it should be down, I think. Oh, 1 more. Alright, we'll begin the attack immediately. Actually, get these guys organized. So, here we go. That was easy. Aha, a tower. I will delete this. Ooh, that could be a problem. Alright, here we go. Delete that. And that. Oop, tanks. Alright, so we got that guy. That guy's dead. Good. I think we did it. Yep.
Those who would seek to betray you are dead, my master.
Yes, but
Sir, are you all right?
no, my devoted young lieutenant. My age and the strain of dealing with these traitors has simply been too much. Even with the doctor's medical device. Remember, Novaya Russia above all. Do not let the dream...
We just lost Grieger the First.
I will ensure your dreams do not die here with you.
Alright, so I think that is about it as far as the mission is concerned. Yep. And did we get any more points? We should have. Yep. Awesome. So we will have even more points to play with. There's a few guys hanging around in a few of these offbeat track areas here, but otherwise nothing too serious. Let's see how we did, shall we? Alright, summary. Our military was the top. Economy was obviously the weakest, but we didn't have anything really to speak of economy-wise. And Moscow had the best society, which makes sense, I guess, since they had the most wonders and that sort of thing, if I remember correctly. So we lost 3 guys, but took out 99, which is good. The traders took out 2 of us. Could be worse. Society, hero count was ours at 5. Wonder count was Moscow at 5. Citizen count 39. Okay. So that's the graph there over the time. And apex, yep. And then miscellaneous. Okay. Alright. So this has been Ace. I hope to see you guys again soon. Take care. Ace out.